Hi, and welcome to day number 20, 30 Days of Qigong to Better Health. My name is Chris Shelton. Today we're going to be wrapping up the Healing Sound series with another sound which is called the triple burner sound. And what is a triple burner? The triple burner is not an actual physical organ. According to Chinese medicine, they also refer to it as the three of the burn. And that means that there's the lower burner, which is compared to as the drainage ditch, the middle burner, which is compared to as the assimilation chamber. This is where the food and drink comes in and such, and helps be sent up to the chest area, which is considered the mist, which is where your qi is then and blood is made for your body. So there's some argument whether or not there's actually a such thing as a triple burner. And the best way I like to think of the triple burner itself, also referred to as sanzhou, is that it's almost like a net or an informational superhighway that helps to keep all the organs functioning and communicating the way that they're supposed to. If there's an impairment of one or more of the three burners, then we end up seeing disease result because of these impairments. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to use this healing sound in order to rectify and to bring balance between the upper burner, the middle burner, and the lower burner. Now the triple burner is paired with another organ actually called the pericardium. And the pericardium is the membrane or the sheathing around the heart that actually helps to protect the heart. And in Chinese medicine, they actually say that emotions and external pathogens like heat actually attack the pericardium first before they actually will attack the heart. So if something happens to your pericardium, lights out. So it's a very, very important practice to do. And another thing, if you ever hear about the 6 elements in Chinese medicine, normally we always talk about the 5 elements. And if you ever hear about a 6th element, that means that there's a second fire element. So the first fire element would be the heart and the small intestine, and then the second fire element, which would become the 6th element, would then be the pericardium and the triple burner. So all types of dysfunctions we could see with triple burner balances, and not only on the physical level, but then on the mental, emotional level as well too. The healing sound is the healing sound of zzz. And as we start off in the upper burner, we're going to make sure that the sound is much higher. Then as we descend down into the lower burner, we're going to drop the tone of the healing sound to be much deeper. And it'll be like this. I'll inhale. And you can actually feel as you push the hands down and you drop the tone of this healing sound, you can actually subtly feel the vibrational shift from the upper jowl, or the upper burner to the middle burner, and then all the way down to the lower burner. Okay, so really important practice. As we get into the summer months here, the summer solstice is around the corner, and in Chinese medicine, the heart and pericardium tend to be more prone to disease. In fact, if you were to go to the Center of Disease Control's website, most heart attacks happen around the world during the summer months, and still today, unfortunately, heart disease is the #1 killer. So this is an important practice to do to balance out these 3 distinct areas of the body to make sure they're all communicating, but also to work with that pericardium to give the pericardium a break and to subtly give the heart a break as well too. All right, so let's begin. Starting off in your Wu Ji posture, feet out about shoulders width apart. Knees are slightly bent, tucking the sacrum, pressing back the Ming Men, tucking the chin, placing the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth behind the teeth as if saying the letter N. By tucking the chin, you also will then press up on the ba hui, or the crown point at the top of the head, elongating the cervical spine. So by standing in proper Wu Ji, we're elongating the lower lumbar, the thoracic, and the cervical spine, alleviating pressure off the nerves. From here, the breath is long, steady, even, and deep into the lower abdomen. And we begin by pulling down the heavens 3 times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale. And exhaling. Calming the mind, settling your spirit. And then from there, as though you're tossing a stone, inhale, exhale. The breath is through the nose, gaze into the tips of the fingers, and as you gaze to the tips of the fingers, you can just imagine any dark, heavy energy or negative emotions as a dark cloud flowing off, going several feet away from the body and down deep into the ground. Allow any thoughts of the day, depending on what time you watch this video. You know, if you just come home from work or getting ready to retire for the evening, you know, all the events of the day. If there's anything that causes stress, any particular person or circumstance that created stress for you, just allow for that to flow off the tips of the fingers, using your mind intent, going several feet away from the body and deep into the ground. And then from there, coming back to the middle and completing the practice by pulling down the heavens 3 times. Inhale and then exhale. Inhale and exhale. Exhaling, calming the mind, settling your energy. And then from there, bring the feet a little bit closer together, closing the eyes. Begin to lightly bounce on the balls of the feet, stimulating the bubbling well, or also referred to as the kidney 1 point, beginning of the kidney acupuncture meridian. And from this gentle bouncing or shaking, we focus on the joints of the body, the gates of the body. And energy, since energy tends to get stuck in the major joints, we're going to focus on those areas and use our mind intent to just release out any stagnation or stuck energy, blood, fluids, whatever. Starting with the ankles, and allow for any tension in the ankles to release out. Next, the knees, any tension, tightness, discomfort in the knees. Guiding that out through the legs, out through the feet, and deep into the ground. Next, the hips, the groin, the low back. Any pain, discomfort there, guiding that out through the legs, out through the feet, and deep into the earth. Next, the center of the back and chest, any emotions, thoughts, or feelings. Any tightness on the spine in between the shoulder blades. Just allow for all that to release out from this gentle vibration or shaking. Guiding out through the body, through the feet, deep into the earth. Next, the fingers and wrists. Any pain in the joints of the wrist or hands. Allow that to leave out as a dark cloud, flowing out through the fingertips and down deep into the ground. Next, the elbows. The shoulders. The head and neck. Allowing for all that stuck or stagnant energy to flow out through the arms, out through the fingertips, and down deep into the ground. And then from there, then as we inhale, we're going to pull the energy up, pulling the energy beyond the top of the head, through up on the balls of the feet. Exhale. And drop. Inhaling up. And drop. Inhale. And drop. And you could obviously in your own practice do more of those if you want. And then from there, shaking the tree, inhaling all the way up the body. And exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. And inhaling. And 2 more. Shaking it off. Relaxing as you do this. And then collecting the energy back 3 times. Inhale and exhale. Gather and exhale. Inhale and exhaling, calming the mind, settling your spirit. And then from your Wuji posture, or if you're lying down, so have the tip of the tongue gently curled to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth. Breath is still long, steady, even, and deep into the lower abdomen. And from here, imagine warm oil that begins to melt down through the front of the body. You visualize and feel the entire forehead, the brow bone, eyebrows, and eyes. The temples, the side of the eyes, the side of the face and nose, flowing through the entire nose and cheeks, through the ears. This warm oil touches everything as it flows down into the lips, the chin and jaw structure, and then from there down into the neck and throat, upper shoulders, upper chest, through the biceps, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms of the hands, leading all the way out to the fingertips. And then from there, this warm oil envelops the entire chest, the flanks of the body, underneath the armpits, the sides, the midsection, the abdomen, flowing through the waist and through the groin, touching everything, increasing your awareness of your body, flowing through the thighs, through the knees, through the shins, ankles, the top of the feet and toes, all connecting, and allow for that to flow off deep into the earth. And then from there, just feel the entire front and left and right sides of your body from head to toe. Feel it all simultaneously, becoming more mindful of your body. And then from there, begin to melt down from the top of the head through the back of the body. So as this warm oil flows down through the scalp, touching everything in its path, relaxing everything as it flows through behind the ears, from the base of the skull to the neck, relaxing the shoulders, the triceps and elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the back of the hands leading all the way out to the fingertips. And then the upper back, the mid back, low back, flowing through the waist, through the buttocks and hamstrings. Feel the back of the knees and calves, the ankles, the heels, and allow for the warm oil to flow down deep into the ground. And then from there, feel the entire back of the body. Feeling as much in the back as well as to the front and the left and to the right. And then connecting to your higher source. Or just imagine a white light flowing through the center of your body, illuminating your senses of what's inside of you. You visualize and feel the brain and surrounding tissues, the skull, the inner ear, beneath the brain, the sinuses, the bones, muscles, veins, capillaries of the face, the jaw structure, the teeth, the tongue, the entire jaw. Now each vertebra from the base of the skull down through the center of the neck and throat. Feel the muscles, the arteries surrounding them. Branching off into the shoulders, the upper chest, upper back. Feel the muscles, the bones. And visualize this as well. Actually imagine and try to visualize your entire internal structure. The arteries on the inner aspect of the arms, through the biceps, triceps, the muscles, the bones, into the elbows, into the forearms, and to the wrists, all the small bones and tendons leading out from the wrists, hands and metacarpals, all the way to the fingertips, And then from there, this white light continues to descend, flowing down and increasing your awareness of each rib as it wraps around to the spinal vertebra on the back. Traveling down vertebra by vertebra, rib by rib, as this white light now fills up into the heart and lungs. Feel the liver and gallbladder, and the stomach and spleen, the intestines, the urinary bladder, the kidneys on the low back, the pelvic bone, the hips, the bones and muscles of the legs, the main arteries, femoral arteries on the inside of the legs, the knees, the center of the shins and calves, ankles, and all the small bones of the feet and toes. Allow for this white light to flow down deep into the ground, and then from there your feet melt into the floor like you're standing on a sea of liquid energy. And then from there you just imagine the roots grow out from the bubbling well points down to the center core of the earth. As we inhale from these roots, we gather this golden light up the roots, up the legs, into the abdomen as we inhale. And then as we exhale, flowing back down, out the legs, out the roots, and back down deep into the ground. Inhaling, flowing up. Exhaling, releasing out any toxicity from the organs themselves. Inhaling, flowing all the way up through these three burners, also referred to as a visceral cavity. Exhaling, flowing back down, out the legs, out the roots, and down deep into the earth. Allowing for the imagination to lead the mind and the mind to lead the smooth flow of the chi. As you exhale, any toxicity leaves out, dispersing deep into the ground. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And then from there, on the next inhalation, going directly into small heaven breathing, pulling the energy straight up the spine, up over the top of the head, down the front of the face, the chest, the abdomen, going through the microcosmic orbit. Inhaling up the spine, up over the top of the head, down the front of the face. Feel the connection. Inhaling, exhaling, flowing through the midline, the conception channel, up down the front, and then up the back, flowing through the governing vessel. The flow ends here. Conception channel then begins underneath the tongue, down through the midline, through the perineum, and then the governing vessel starts up again, and like a pump, pumping up over the top of the head, down the front of the face, the chest, the abdomen, using your imagination to guide this energy through these two major acupuncture vessels. Doing one more cycle, inhale, up, exhale as you flow down. Storing the energy into the lower Tan Tien, or lower abdomen. Then from there, we inhale, pulling down the heavens 3 times, exhaling, inhaling, and exhale. Calming your mind, settling the energy, inhale, and exhale. And then from there, closing your eyes once again, begin to feel the entire abdominal and chest region, the upper burner, which is the mist, the middle burner, which is considered the maceration chamber, where food is assimilated and drink. And then the lower burner, which is considered the drainage ditch, which then removes food and waste. And because we're working with all 3 of these major areas of the body where the organs are situated, any emotions that may be associated with these areas, allow for them to come up. If you're having breathing problems, heart trouble, digestive problems, kidney problems, problems with constipation, gas, bloating, bladder problems, anything with the reproductive system. We feel the whole abdominal, lower abdomen, midsection, and chest region simultaneously. And then from there, gathering the energy for the triple burner, inhaling. Pushing down, dropping the tone or the pitch of the sound as we drop deeper. Two more out loud, audibly. Last one. Now underneath your breath. As you make the sound, dropping the tone deeper, allowing for any discord or discomfort inside the body to release. Any stuck or stagnant emotions, whatever that may be, allow for all that to release as well. Feel the harmony and union of all these internal organs, the function interdependently, the same way that all of us should be working together, interdependent, not codependent. As you continue to make the sound, and as you exhale, imagine that a dark cloud of all the imbalances inside the body leave, going several feet away from the body and deep into the ground. You feel a lightness. You feel a clarity. You imagine that the organs are smiling at you now because now you've given them a tool to restore harmony and balance and peace internally. And one more. And then pulling back the heavens 3 times. Inhale, exhale. Guiding the white light through the body. Releasing out any vibration, any tension in the body. And then from there, finishing off with the white pearl meditation. As you inhale, imagine the mystical white pearl that forms underneath the hands, gathering the energy of the body, the space around you. As you exhale, the white pearl then releases and restores the vitality of the kidneys on the low back. Each time you inhale, the pearl gets thicker and brighter. Then as you exhale, allow for it to restore harmony. Last one. And exhale and release, restoring the energy of the kidneys. And then from there, slowly open up your eyes, stepping out of your wuji, or if you're seated, kind of stretch a little bit, feel relaxed. Coming back to the present. Okay, so that's a great practice. Wrapping up the healing sounds with the triple burner sound, one of the 6 of the 6 elements, and working also with the pericardium. Tomorrow we're going to be working with the opening of the 3 Tan Tiens, the 3 energetic centers of the body. But this is a simple practice that you can go ahead and do. You don't have to do the whole series, like you don't have to do the center and balance first and the chi cleansing exercises first. If you feel that something's going on with you, utilize these healing sounds just by themselves, or if you're in public, doing it underneath your breath just to allow for the discord or the emotion to release. What we're after here is giving everybody tools that will help them get rid of emotional trauma, past trauma, but also present day trauma, and to retrain the thinking that it's not okay to suppress, it's okay to let go. And by using these healing sounds and their vibration, it empowers all people to be able to work on letting go and rebalancing out their overall well-being from the inside out. Because we have a saying in Chinese medicine, the beauty comes from the inside out. It's not external. So it's a combination of the internal and the external. So such a simple practice. And if you're interested in combining or having a couple meditations on iTunes as well as on Amazon, we also have the center and balance meditation, which we start off each practice, each day, we're starting off with the center and balance meditation, which increases your mindfulness of your body, gets you out of your head and back into your body. And then also on here too is the white pearl meditation, which is the meditation that we finish off with at the end of each practice. And the importance of that white pearl meditation is to be able to restore the vitality of the kidneys and also get you out of your head too and back inside your body. My name is Chris Shelton. Thank you for watching day number 20, 30 days of Qigong to better health. I have a saying that Qigong is a simple practice with profound results. Have a great day.